Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please do subscribe. If you're old, hi. I just want to say again a massive thank you to everybody who has subscribed, everyone who's followed my Instagram, which will be linked below. Your support as always has been amazing. Today's date is actually the 3rd of February 2020. It's been 2 weeks, well tomorrow will be 2 weeks, since I saw my nutritionist and I was weighed. And I've been following a pre-op diet, which I have put on my Instagram, so if you want to know what I'm doing, go follow me there. And I'd just like to let you all know I've actually lost 1 stone and 2 pounds. So yeah, thank you for your support. So in this video, I'm going to answer a few questions I've had from people that I know, and if they want to know, maybe you want to know, so I just thought I'd share them with you. So I've got them written down here, so if I look down, that's why. So the first question is, why a bypass and not the others? And I actually thought I mentioned this in my other video, but when I watched it back, I didn't. So there is lots of different options you can have. Like I said, a balloon, a band, a sleeve, the bypass. The reason I'm choosing to have the bypass is because it just suits me and my body type and the amount of weight that I have to lose better. So each one has different percentages of how much weight you'll lose. So for example, the balloon and the balloon and the band are much of how much excess weight you'll lose, are much lower. So I think they're around like 30 to 40%. Then you have the gastric sleeve, which is around between like 40 to 60%. These are not, do your research, these aren't factual. And then you have the bypass, which will be between like 60 and 80%. And obviously I have quite a lot of weight to lose. So, by the way, I'm coming in front of a window with it open, so if you're in traffic, that's fine. So that is basically why the surgeon agreed, I agree, people around me agree, that would be the best option, just because of how much weight I have to lose. The second thing I want to touch on is the finance. I did say I would talk about this previously, so I just thought I'd put it in this video, might as well while I'm answering a few questions. So finance wise, I have really poor credit, just from being young and silly. And when it came to, so the normal protocol is you'd go in, you'd put £500 deposit down and you'd like secure your date, and then you would then fill out the finance, get accepted, hopefully, and then you go on from there. I know they put the £500 down. I almost knew that I wouldn't get accepted. So I had to obviously look at some different options and avenues. All honesty, that was in like, so I went originally in July 2019. During that time, the hospital group I'm going with, they stopped working with their finance, who rejected me. Sorry, I did apply, they rejected me. They then stopped working with that particular finance company, so they had no finance options. I had a look around at some other options, but none of them suited my need. A lot of high paying back, or needed a guarantor, or just lots of different options that just weren't suitable for me. Then in the January, I received a phone call, and that's when I was offered the option of the one I've actually following. So basically, I'm trying to just remember all the figures. It's where you pay a certain percentage. So my whole thing is 10,950. So let's say 11,000 for argument's sake. So by the time you have your operation done, they want 50% down, which is also why I'm having my operation in May. A lot of people said, why in May? That's so far away. Well, now if I explain the financial, I understand why. So you can pay up to 20%, 30%, 40% before. So I chose to pay 20%. So in January, I paid a deposit of £2,200. Then every single month on the 1st, I will pay £800 a month. Now, I know that's a lot of money. I could have had it smaller. I could have had it over a longer period. But as I said about my personal circumstances, I don't feel comfortable having another £11,000 worth of debt on top of the debt I already have. Me and my partner discussed it. I'm very fortunate that I do have a partner that is helping me out in the situation, very much helping me out in the situation. And it's something that we are feasibly able to just about scrape together and do. So that's why I'm gonna pay £800 on the 1st of every month. My last payment will be the 1st of December 2020, and then the whole operation will be paid off. You can pay it, so because I'm paying 20% in January, it means by the time May 1st comes around, I would have paid off 50%, which is why I'm paid in May. If, for example, I paid 30%, I could have had it done in April. If I paid 40%, I could have had it done in March. April, May. Yeah, just checking my dates, right? So it just depends on how much you can afford to put down. Again, I just want to give a massive shout out to all my family. I was so fortunate that lots of people helped me. My mum, my dad, my grandparents, well, parents, should I say. I was so fortunate. So I know it's not an option for everybody. It wouldn't have been an option for me on my own. I'm just really, I have such amazing support and people that really want this for me. So I'm in such a fortunate position, and obviously saving. So that is why my approach is when it is, and that's how my finance works. I just want to say for finance, there are so many options, and if you're worrying about the cost of things, just look at the different options. There are so many different things you can do. If obviously £800 is a lot of money to pay per month, I wouldn't be able to afford it if I was paying it for by myself. But you can have a longer periods, and there's all different. Just talk to them. Just be honest. If you're honest with the people, they're always gonna want to find you, because obviously they want you to have the operation, obviously. So they're always gonna try and find you the best route and the best way to do it. So just be honest. That was a long one. The next one, what about loose skin? Now, obviously, if you go on my Instagram, you will see full body shots of me. I mean, I'm sure you can tell I'm not small. I weigh 34 stone, 5 pounds now. But obviously I'm a large lady and I'm gonna have loose skin irregardless. No matter what I do, no matter if I go to the gym 7 days a week, 24/7, I'm always gonna have loose skin. But it's also something that I've accepted. I feel like my camera's slipping. But that is definitely something I've accepted. It's something that I understand is a part of it. It's something that I know will come of it, and it's, you have to make a decision. Do you want to carry around the weight, or do you want to carry around loose skin? I'd rather carry around loose skin. Of course, I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to love my loose skin, I'm going to embrace it, and it's going to be the best thing ever. In time, I may choose to then go and have another procedure to have my loose skin removed. I may not choose. I don't know. I can't speak for the future, but as of how I'm feeling, as I am right now, as I'm sure I'll feel forever in this stance, I'd rather have loose skin than the extra weight. But there are things, it's not forever, and it's a vanity thing, isn't it? And people who have children have loose skin. People who are really tall have stretch marks. Everyone has something, and I'm sure, you know, loose skin isn't life-threatening, life-depending. It's not going to ruin your life, is it, as much as being overweight and having physical health problems. It just comes with it, I'm sure. Will you ever eat normal again? Well, it depends what you class as normal. Yeah, so obviously, as I said in the other video, there's lots of different diets I have to follow afterwards, in the sense of like liquids and softs and solids and so on. But in time, as well with anything, you know, you learn what you can and can't eat just because of textures and tastes and stuff like that. It all changes. But after, say, like around 2 years, they call that the post-op management stage. So that's when you would have lost the amount of weight you're pretty much going to lose, give or take. And you're in the management phase. During that phase, I could then choose to eat what I pretty much wanted. Obviously, it's always going to be a smaller portion because my stomach is smaller, unless I stretch out over time, which hopefully not. But you know, you can then abuse the system, and you can eat cheat things, you can eat things. There's always ways around everything. And if I wanted to, I could eat normal again. I hate that saying normal, because I'm going to be eating normal, just healthier, smaller portions. But yeah, but then it's a thing of, would I want to pay £11,000 to just go and gain it all back? And which ties on to the next question, which actually is, what if you gain the weight back, which is the last question. But you know, why would you want to pay all this money, go through such a life-changing thing? There's so many things that are going to be different. I don't think people can comprehend. I probably should do a video really explaining all of the like side effects and pros and cons. Like, I am dreading hair loss. That's my biggest. I know it's such a first world problem, but that to me is going to be, you know, I love my hair, it's nice, it's long, and I'm just like, oh, but hopefully, you know. But there's so many things you have to go through: the pain, the, you know, dumping syndrome, the risks. Like, I'm terrified of not waking up on the day. Really, that's my biggest fear for it all. Everyone's like, are you scared? I'm like, yeah, I'm not waking up. And loads of other things. And my answer to the question of what if you gain it back again is, hopefully. you just won't. Who would go through all of everything of such a life-changing thing and such a cost of money? I haven't got £11,000 just to throw away. To just gain it back. It's all about self-control. It's all about mind over the matter. And that's why I think it's really, really important that when you do make a decision like this, to have such a invasive operation and such a serious thing, that you fully are aware of all the consequences, all the actions. Is this something you want to do? As I said, I'm 23 now and I've been looking to do this since I was 19. It's not as if I just woke up and gone, you know what, I'm sick of being fat, I'm just going to have an operation. I wish it was that simple. And you really have to take on all of the loose skin and all the taking medication for the rest of your life, losing your hair, being sick, constant, the constipation, just all the other things. I'm sure you can Google lots of other things, and lots more serious things like leaking and hernias and things getting twisted and trapped and so on and so forth. So my answer is, I just don't think you would do that. Why would you want to gain the weight back? And another question which I'm going to throw in there, because in my video my why, I didn't necessarily talk about actually why I want to lose the weight. I kind of spoke more around how I got to the point of making that decision. So it's just the same things as everybody else. I want to live a normal life. I want to be healthy. I want to have children. A lot of people don't know this, but when you're larger, you don't have miscarry more often. I myself have actually had a miscarriage. Not an enjoyable experience. Wouldn't like to go through it again. Would love to have children. Lots of them. No, but you know, and I want to be able to walk up the stairs and not be out of breath. I want to be able to go to the shop and not be keeled over with backache. I want to be able to wear my engagement ring again. I'm engaged, but my fingers are too fat. I can't wear my ring, and my ring is gorgeous. I want to be able to get in cars and be able to put the seatbelt on without having to put my chair all the way back and still struggle. Go on an airplane, and out on an airplane once, I'll tell you this story. Out on an airplane once, and I rang them up, and I'd not flew since like 2011, and I think this was like 2017, 18, someone don't shout at me. And it was a family holiday, so there was loads of us, it was so fun. And I rang them up and like, what's the biggest seats? And they was like, oh, the seats at the front are the biggest. And they meant leg room. They have two solid sides. How I got myself in it, I will never know, but the fear of not being able to fit. And I just quickly squeezed myself in. And when I first got on, I said to the lady, oh, I'll need an extender belt. I just knew. She pulls me aside and says, actually, you can't actually have an extender belt in the front, because I don't know why, but health and safety wise, anyway, they don't permit it. I then was fortunate that there was someone on the plane that I knew. This was a full plane. If I didn't know anyone and nobody wanted to swap, I would have to get off. I had to then side shuffle all the way down to my parent, well, my mum and my stepfather. Unfortunately, my stepfather did swap places with me, but everyone on the plane's already seated. They already know what's going on. You know, I've got to like, can you swap seats with me? And then the lovely air hostess, which I'm sure she didn't mean to do this, and I'm sure she didn't obviously understand, comes running down the aisle with this bright orange seatbelt extender going, woo, you forgot your seatbelt extender. I don't know how you've got to laugh or you'll cry. And the whole plane's already looking at me thinking, why is this fat person holding up the plane like, let's go? And it was like, oh, you fat band. So, yeah, situations like that would be great not to happen again. I'm laughing now, but it was not fun at the time. So embarrassing. But I got myself in the situation. I have to get myself out of it. And that's, yeah, so that's just a small insight of why there's lots of other things I suffer with X, Y, Z. And there's something I'm just not really comfortable to say right now, but I think once I've overcome them things and they're long gone, I probably will talk about it. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. Just a bit more information. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will leave my Instagram below as always. Bye.